After more than 30 years of service to the Centennial Fire District, Deputy Chief Glen Olson is retiring. At a retirement party, people lined up to thank him for his service and share stories of how he made a difference in their lives.
It's been a fun career. It's been a fun career.
Glen's father was the assistant fire chief in Fridley while he was growing up, and Glen decided that firefighting was something that he wanted to do as well.
I got married, we moved to Lino Lakes, and it was just something that I really kind of wanted to do. It looked like it was something exciting, something to serve the community with, and a great camaraderie. There was a lot of things that the fire department did that I wanted to become involved in.
And now, more than 3 decades later, he can still remember what it was like to be a new firefighter, and he remembers all the fear and excitement that came with the very first fire call.
I was a rookie, just finished up my firefighter one, which is a lot different now than firefighter one back then. And a call came in for a structure fire over on Sunrise. Still remember the house. And we got there, and it was me and another firefighter, Lance Olson, who's no longer with the department. But we were the first two on the attack line, so it was the fire was rocking and the doors were locked. Lance put down the door, and it was a march inside, and kind of an adventure for a first run, because no two houses are the same for floor plans, and visibility is not very good at all. So we had our excitement on the first one and got our first knockdown.
But now, as he thinks of all the calls he's responded to, he says that the amount of fire calls have gone down as the years have passed, and what the fire service does is much more complex than simply knocking down flames.
So we go to a number of crashes on freeways and local highways and streets. Home medicals is very common: chest pains, difficulty breathing, illnesses, those types of things. I was fortunate enough to become part of 4 baby deliveries, so at this point I hold the record in the department, and being accused of showing off at this point.
Remembering those good moments can help firefighters work through some of the worst ones.
We see so many people check out. People don't call us until something's really bad in their life. So Grandpa's having a heart attack, or somebody's really not doing well. So in a firefighter's career, you see so many people pass, and it's really kind of special to bring new life in. So being part of those 4 deliveries is really pretty cool.
But on those bad calls that might not go as hoped, some so bad that firefighters might consider calling it quits, they are surrounded by many levels of support. Support that helps all of the firefighters from time to time.
There's been some calls that you become mechanical, you do the job, and you're crying on the way home, and the department's very supportive. We have a program for critical incident stress debriefing, and that happened as a result of 2 young boys that died in a fire early in my career. And so occasionally you get this call that you say that's it. And then you show up for the next call, and these firefighters are there for you, and you keep going.
Another way Glen was able to keep serving the community through all the years was with the endless support of his family, who accepted the times when he had to leave them to go help others.
My wife and my son and my daughter, they really have to be a part of me, when I'm doing this, because there's times. Usually the pager goes off at supper time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, those types of things. And so you have to make a decision, and the family is very supportive, pushes you out the door sometimes. Go to the call, we'll catch up with you later.
The support of his family, along with the support of his fellow firefighters, has been instrumental in his path.
It's been fun 30 years. I mean, the firefighter goes through a lot of emotions in his time of service, and I've been through them all, and these people with their hooks behind me have gone through the same thing, and if they haven't, they sure will.
After weighing retirement for a few years, he finally decided that the time was right.
In the back of my mind last fall I was going to retire, and then this spring I was going to retire, and we've gone through some leadership changes in the department. We've got Chief Harlan Lundstrom taking the helm at the department now, so I feel comfortable leaving. That was kind of one thing I was waiting for.
As he prepares to step away from the fire service, he is not stepping away from firefighting completely. He plans to continue teaching with the Anoka County Fire Training Academy and to continue working with the State Fire Board to test and certify firefighters as well.
Even though I'm leaving this, I'm kind of staying in it, but on my schedule, not the pager schedule, I guess is a good way to put it.
He knows he'll miss responding to calls and helping his community. But even more than that, he says, he will miss the men and women he has gotten to know so well over more than 30 years.
You know, the people, I think. You know, and the calls, there's been some very great calls, but in order for those calls to work, we had to have great people doing the job on it. So it's been, I think the camaraderie is going to be the memorable thing. The firefighters that we have now and the firefighters that have moved on. I've seen a lot of people come through the department in my years, but you know, I'll miss all those guys. I'll miss coming through the door, meeting them at a scene. You know, that's going to be the tough part.
For North Metro TV News, Danica Peterson reporting.